Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong attitude. Welcome to a book summary of a book, Attitude is Everything, written by Jeff Keller. He has spent more than 20 years researching why it is that some people succeed while others achieve disappointing results. There are 12 lessons in the book, so without further ado, let's get started. Lesson number 1. Your attitude is your window to the world. Let's imagine that you're going to a coffee shop during your lunch break. Everybody has to wait the same amount of time before the waitress takes the order, each of you receive a meal around the same time, each of you are served great food, and each of you have to wait for the check. You walk into the coffee shop with a smile and a positive outlook on the world. You have a delightful lunch, pleasant conversations, and go back to work with recharged battery. However, your coworker also enters the coffee shop with a scowl on his face, hunched over and tense. He is annoyed that the waitress didn't come immediately and he had to wait for the food and the check. He also complained about the food. So what is the difference? It's the fact that you see the world with a positive attitude and your coworker sees it with a negative attitude. Keller defines attitude as a mental filter through which you experience the world. Some people see through the filter of optimism, while others see through a filter of pessimism. You can control your attitude, and it's your job to keep your view of the world clean. Instead of I can't, say I can. Instead of seeing problems, look for solutions. So how do you see the world? Is this glass half empty or half full? Lesson number 2. You are a human magnet. So why do some people become successful? Earl Nightingale sums it with 6 words. We become what we think about. Think about it. If you constantly think about some goal, you will then take steps to move toward that goal. The book mentions the law of dominant thought. You can't expect positive results if you spend 10 seconds a day thinking positively and the remaining 16 hours negatively. It's like with exercising, you won't be physically fit if you work out for 5 minutes once a week. You have to think positively all the time until it becomes a habit. Positive belief system is the starting point for the achievement of any goal. With negative attitude, you are never going to take that first step. You can change your thinking by becoming aware of what you say to yourself, reading positive literature every day, and by listening to motivational programs. Repetition is the key. Lesson number 3. Picture your way to success. Visualization is something that we use to create circumstances of our lives. It can be defined as movies of the mind. We begin to develop these movies early in life, and because of that, we create life situations that correspond to the original image. Take responsibility for your own movies. You are constantly generating new movies. For example, how does your career look like in 10 years? If you are in sales, for example, Keller mentions that it is important to see yourself succeeding on a consistent basis. If you are not getting the results you want, there is no question that you are holding on to pictures of sales mediocrity. This same concept can be found in the book Way of the Wolf by Jordan Belfort. You are the director, script writer, and producer of your movies. Let's try it out. Close your eyes and think about an elephant. Now change the color of the elephant to pink. Now change it back to normal color. Now imagine smashing that like button into pieces. Okay, let's move on to the lesson number 4. Make a commitment and you'll move mountains. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to accomplish your objective? That is the key to getting what you want in life. Make a commitment that regardless of the steps it takes, you will do whatever needed. Once you have committed to achieve your goal, you will follow through with determination and action until you have reached your goal. You will notice that you begin to attract necessary people to achieve your goal. No, everything won't be rosy, but if you don't give up, you can move mountains. So ask yourself, are you willing to do whatever it takes to achieve your goal? Lesson number 5. Turn your problems into opportunities. How do you react when you are faced with problems and setbacks? Most people start to complain, but after that initial disappointment, you have a choice to make. You can either dwell on the negative or find the lesson in that problem. Often problems aren't even problems, they are opportunities. For example, without a problem, you might never notice to take positive action. Adversity serves us in many different ways. It gives us perspective, teaches us to be grateful, brings out our hidden potential, encourages us to make changes, teaches us lessons, and so on. Lesson number 6. Your words blaze a trail. In the book Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, there was a formula TFA equals R, meaning that thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, and actions lead to results. In this book, it goes a little further. Thoughts lead to words, words lead to beliefs, beliefs lead to actions, and actions lead to results. Let's imagine that you work at sales and you think to yourself that I'm not very good when it comes to sales. Then you make fun of it with your friends. I'm never going to do very well in sales. Now this strengthens your beliefs, which is where things become serious. Everything you will achieve in your life flows from your beliefs. Because you don't believe in your sales ability, you will take very little action and you will get poor results. So use positive self-talk as often as possible and discuss your goals only with supportive people. Lesson number 7. How are you? So, how are you? Seems like a small question, but we answer this question so often that it is not a small thing at all. There are 3 categories for your answers: negative, mediocre, and positive. Some examples for negative are lousy, I'm tired, don't ask. Mediocre answers are I'm okay, not too bad, could be worse, and so on. Positive answers are terrific, fantastic, great. Your words affect your physiology. If your answer is horrible, you tend to take on a depressed posture. And your emotions, they definitely won't make you feel better if you say you feel horrible. How we feel is often a subjective matter. If we say we feel tired, we will feel tired. Lesson number 8. Stop complaining. How often do you complain? It is okay to discuss about your problems in an attempt to search for solutions and to share your bad life experiences with friends and relatives, but complaining about back pain, headache, and flu doesn't really provide anything. Next time you feel like complaining, pick up a pen and a piece of paper and start listing all the reasons you have to be grateful. In short, no one wants to hear negative news about your illness and problems. Complaining reinforces your own pain and discomfort. Complaining accomplishes nothing and distracts you from the actions that you could take to improve the situation. Lesson number 9. Associate with positive people. Tell me who you hang out with and I'll tell you who you are. There are 2 kinds of people: toxic people and nourishing people. Toxic people dwell on the negative. They try to drag you down to their level, they tell you about all of the things that you can't do, and they suck all the positive energy out of you. Nourishing people are positive and supportive. They are a joy to be around and make you feel better. You should stop spending time with toxic people and start spending more time with nourishing people. We become what we surround ourselves with. Lesson number 10. Confront your fears and grow. If you want to be successful, you must be willing to be uncomfortable. If you want to achieve your goals, you have to step out of your comfort zone. Sounds very simple, but most people still back away from the fear and take no action. If you know that something is necessary to get what you want in life, you have to face your fears. Let's imagine that this circle is your comfort zone and these X's represent your fears. Inside the comfort zone you will feel safe, but the further you go from it, the more anxious you will feel. Now, backing away from your fears relieves the fear and anxiety, but what else does it do? Nothing. But there is a high cost that comes from backing away from your fears. It lowers your self-esteem, makes you feel powerless and frustrated, sabotages your success, and you will never be highly successful. So always have a can-do attitude, because it gives you the courage to take that extra push. Lesson number 11. Get out there and fail. One thing in common with all these self-development books is that they recommend you to fail. If you avoid failing, you can't learn new skills. Remember when you were a kid and learned to ride a bicycle. You failed many times but never gave up, and because of that, you now can ride a bike forever. Successful people have learned to fail their way to success. It is a necessary part of the road to victory. Remember that there is no such thing as a failure until you completely give up. Before that, there are only results, some more successful than others. Lesson number 12. Networking that gets results. Time for the last lesson. Networking means that you are leveraging your own efforts and accelerating the pace at which you get results. The more relationships you build, the greater opportunities for success you have. You can't succeed on a grand scale all by yourself. The benefits of networking are, for example, that it generates new clients and business leads, assists in solving problems, and provides valuable information and resources. To build your network, you should have a positive attitude and participate actively in groups. Serve others in your network. When you give, you will receive. Also be a good listener and treat every person as important. Meet different people and be willing to go out of your comfort zone. Also remember to thank and congratulate people that are part of your network. To shortly put the main points of networking, have a positive attitude, communicate and follow up to build your network. So those are the 12 lessons in the book Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. If you made it this far, make sure to leave a comment which lesson resonates you the most.